W with MRMIKE.
Hi friends, today we are going to draw a waffle with a parachute, a parachuting waffle. Where do you think the waffle's going? To breakfast. Do you think the waffle's going to breakfast or escaping from breakfast? Maybe the waffle is like running off the table and had a parachute on its backpack and is trying to get away. Who knows? But we only need 3 basic lines and shapes to create this. An arc, a line, and a square. Are you ready to see how this all fits together? Okay, let's see. First off, we're gonna make 3 arcs, and that will be the top of the parachute. And I wanna place our parachute over here so to make it look like it's coming down this way. So we're gonna put the top of the parachute first. Start right about here, and we'll make 1 arc, 2 arcs, and then 3 arcs, just like that, okay? This arc here is a little wonky, but that's all right. We can kind of fix that a little bit later. Don't worry about that right now. Next, we're gonna make 3 more arcs right here. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Okay, and you can join that shape at the end, just like that. Now we're gonna do 3 more arcs below here. So what we're doing is we're creating the whole shape of the parachute, and we're seeing underneath, inside the parachute, because of the angle we're looking at the waffle. So watch this. It'll start at this point, and it's gonna have an arc that comes down, and then it comes up like this, and then the next one is going to go all the way over to here, okay? So let's do all the way over to here. Okay, so this kind of looks like, actually looks a lot like an umbrella, and that's exactly what it looks like when you see an umbrella, except that the umbrella would have a piece coming down here for the handle. Our parachute doesn't have that. We need to add in 4 more arcs, and those are going to be where the parachute is, the seam is right here. So there's going to be a thin line that is an arc that goes like this, and then another one that comes up this way, like that. And then we're going to do 2 more, one that comes here, and then another that comes here. So we have a whole bunch of arcs that make this parachute. Now, we're gonna have the waffle is gonna be down here. So I'm gonna put the waffle in first, and then after I create the waffle, then I'm gonna make the lines, the strings of the parachute to connect to the backpack, okay? So first, let's start right about here, okay? See about how far that parachute is from that dot there. This is gonna be where the belly of the waffle is. And we're gonna have this arc come around like this, okay? And then we're gonna have another arc join it and come around, all the way around like that, okay? And our waffle isn't a complete oval, it's bent in the middle, okay? So we're gonna have an arc come from here and then join in, right like that, okay? It kind of, well, it looks like a kidney bean, really. But it's okay, it's gonna look like a waffle when it's done. So now we're gonna add more arcs around the side to make the side of the waffle. So we'll start here, and we're gonna have our arc come around and stop here. We're gonna join another arc. It's gonna come around and then join back in at the bottom, just like this, okay? Look at that. Now, so we've got our basic waffle, right? We can add in 2 arcs for the eyes, and this is a very happy waffle right now. And then we're gonna add in 2 arcs for the mouth. And you color that mouth in, that mouth shape, just like that. Okay, now we can imagine that there is a strap that goes across here as a line. Okay, we'll make that a thick line, okay? And then we'll stop right about there, and then we'll have 2 more lines diagonally come like this, and this will be holding the backpack. Okay, and the backpack is where the strings will be going to. So now we're gonna add in another arc like this, okay? And that's the pack that will have the parachute, okay? We can add in, now that we know where that all is, we can add in the lines. So I'm gonna turn my paper just a little bit like this, right there. And I'm gonna have straight lines that go from here, they're gonna go to here, okay? All of these points on our parachute will have a line. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 lines will come down to the parachute. And if you want, you can have, let's put a dot right here. This is where they're all going to, okay? So let's do that. Let's have all of the lines go to this, from each corner come to this dot, okay? So I'll start off with the outside one, okay? And I like to turn the paper just right, because when you want to draw a straight line, it's good to drag the side of your hand as you draw the line on the paper, okay? If you have it above the paper, your hand gets shaky and it's harder to draw a straight line. So if you rest your heel of your hand on the paper and drag it along the paper, it's a lot easier to draw a straight line. So let's do that. Start here, and we're gonna come all the way to that line. Look at that, okay? Sometimes it works out great, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the lines aren't as straight, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If we have to fix a line, we'll fix a line. Okay, next I'm going to do this one. Okay, remember I'm going from here to here, or from here to here actually. All right, so I'm just focusing on that dot and just going to that dot. And it's also easier, for me anyway, when I pull toward myself instead of away to make my lines. It's easier to come this way rather than go this way, okay? These are all things that you can try to see if you can draw straight lines. Next, here, we can start here, not see if you can, to just practice to draw straight lines. Maybe you draw great straight lines when you need to, and it's not wrong. You can always use the side of a book or a ruler or something like some sort of template to help you draw a straight line if you need to. So we'll start here, and we're going to come down to that point. See, now that one doesn't hit the point exactly, but that's okay. See, it's a little curved, no problem. We're going to keep going. Okay, so now I've got 4 lines, and I only have to do 2 more. And if you can, make sure that they don't overlap. Don't have them go right on top of one another. Okay, so here we're going to come down right there. Now you notice this one and this one look like they're lined up pretty close, so I have to kind of cheat it a little bit so that they're not overlapping too much. Oh, they overlapped. That's okay. I did my best. All right, so next we've got all of our lines. All right, next we're gonna add in our lines for the waffle legs and feet. So we want this waffle to be kicking up. So we're gonna add a line here, and then a short little line for the foot, and then a line here, and a short little line for the foot. And now we can add in the arms and hands. So I'm gonna make the arm start here and come out for the elbow, and then come back in, and I'm gonna have a little kind of fist. I'm just drawing a dot, but it's gonna look like the fist grabbing the strap here. And the same thing on this side. I'm gonna have a line come down and then back up, and I can make an arc and then color that in to make it look like it's grabbing the strap on this side. You can add in a little line there for the strap. That's looking great. Look at that. That is a really cool image of a waffle on a parachute, or parachuting waffle. Okay, now we're just gonna add in let's see, some squares for that waffle look, okay? So this takes a little bit of time, and we're gonna be adding a lot of them. So if you need to pause and catch up at any point, just pause the video and catch up, no problem. So I'm just gonna add my first square right here, and then I'm gonna space them all evenly. Make sure there's space between your squares to make it look like that waffle. Okay, and when you get to a spot like this, where you're going to get too close to the mouth, don't draw the line there, okay? Because then the line is going to get too close. You can have it go up like that. See, it's going to be too close here, so I'm going to actually draw like this, and I'm going to stop. Because if you look at the one that I already drew, see how I have it just go to the edge, but I don't draw those lines. It looks kind of neat when it's like that, where the lines don't overlap. You'll get more of the color of the waffle once you color it in. Okay, so we're just gonna fill in those squares as best we can. Like here's a good example. I just did 2 lines of the square, not the full square. And then 2 lines here. Here I can do a full one. Here I might do 2. Here I might just do 1. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a line there. 1 line. I'm just giving the idea that the waffle is there. Now here's tricky. This is tricky because this is, remember, this is bent coming this way. So we're gonna change the angle of the squares. Okay, so I'm gonna have the angle this way with 2 lines like that. And then I have this to make it look like this square is, it's like a slanted square. I guess is that a parallelogram when it's a slanted square? It's not a slanted square. It looks like it's like a square that goes like this. And these lines are parallel and these lines are parallel, but it's a square that went like that. Here we go. We're gonna add in more squares for parallelograms. There we go. And just finish up here. Just like that. Now, I don't think I need, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix this curve up here. Let's add in that thick black outline that I always talk about on my drawings. I'll add one here. Now, what color are you going to make your parachuting waffle? I don't know. I kind of want to just make it the same color as a normal waffle, but I don't know what color I'm going to make my parachute. I'm going to add that thick black outline here, and I'm going to try and make that curve while I do this a little bit more consistent with the other curves, because this one kind of goes like over this way. So I might make it a little wider over here and then overlap that line here. Do that twice. And that helps even out that curve. Look at that. So there's certain ways you can fix your drawings. It just takes a little practice to try things to see what works and what doesn't. Oh, my marker's drying out already. Okay, almost done. All right. Look at our parachuting waffle. It's such a silly drawing. Did you have fun today? I hope so. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and think about what color choices you're going to make when you color in your parachuting waffle. If you follow along to the end, you can see what color choices I made. What color choices are you going to make? It's your drawing. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye. Let's draw with Mr. Mike. For this and other episodes, drawing lessons, activities, and books, please visit drawwithmrmike.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Draw with Mr. Mike channel on YouTube, Vimeo, and Facebook.
Draw with Mr. Mike. Let's draw with Mr. Mike. D-R-A-W with M-R-M-I-K-E.